Recorded Books presents Breaking Silence by Mercedes Lackey and Cody Martin. Narrated by Brian Wiggins. Chapter 1. The worst thing about bugbears wasn't so much how horrifying they looked. It was how bad they smelled. Take equal parts hot garbage, wet dog, and rotting fish marinated in sewage and let it simmer for a day on high heat, and you have roughly what a bugbear smells like. It was Stacy's first clue that she wasn't alone in the woods surrounding the ruined Blackthorn Manor. She had known that there would be guards of some sort, though she wasn't expecting them this soon. She was still half a mile from the mansion's walls, and had been proceeding slowly on foot so as to maintain some semblance of stealth. Bugbears weren't terribly smart, but they were tough and vicious. If she kept her wits about her, and didn't throw up from the stink, she should be able to sneak past the sentries. It took her another 100 feet of walking in quick little rushes, pausing to listen intermittently, before she finally saw what she had been smelling. There were two of them. From a distance, they looked like mangy black bears standing on their hind legs. Once she got closer, the differences were very clear. Both had shoulders that were hunched forward in such a way that they didn't look like they were really meant to walk upright. Heavy-set and barrel-chested, their skin was covered with coarse and filthy dark fur. Leaves, mud, and worse were matted into it. She realized that if either of the creatures were to lie down, they would probably blend into the ground almost perfectly. The hands were as big as dinner plates and ended in cruelly curved black claws. The absolute worst part of the bugbears were their faces, however. All similarity to bears ended there. Instead of a snout and close-together ursine eyes, their faces were flat and vaguely human. The jaw was broad and square, with broken and yellowed tusks protruding from the top and bottom lips. The nose consisted of two slits, constantly sniffing the air and dripping with mucus. Then there were the eyes. Wide-set and disproportionately large, they gaped wide open and had blood-red irises. The bugbears hadn't noticed her. As much as Stacy wanted to be invisible, that was out of her power. She had done as well as she could, though, with the next best thing. Her clothing was all close-fitting without anything that could snag on branches, and was colored in earth tones that fit the season and the area that she was in. Most of her skin was covered, a brown and green long-sleeved cotton turtleneck shirt that she had gotten off a website that specialized in natural and forest camouflage clothing, ending with a pair of thin leather gloves. The rest of her gear was cotton cargo pants and a leather belt covered with various pouches, along with a pair of dark brown, all-leather hiking boots. Maybe it was her imagination, but wearing stuff made of all-natural materials seemed to work better with magic. For her, anyway. She hadn't used any face paint to cover up with, or any natural foliage to break up her outline. The shape of a person is one of the most recognizable things in the world, especially when contrasted against a natural backdrop. Instead, she had used magic. It was a spell that Tim, her mentor in all things supernatural, had taught her. Invisibility was far outside anything that she could do. There were some creatures that could do it, and rumors and legends of certain people achieving it. But nothing beyond that was known to Tim. What her spell did was good enough, though. It basically made it so that people, and other things with eyes, didn't want to look at you. It was an entrancement spell wrapped with a minor illusion. It suggested
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.